Hello, welcome to my channel. It is STAMPtemper collab time, and today I have Trinity stamps here. I am part of the Trinity Stamps design team, so I got both the stamp set and the die set to play with. And the die set's great because it has all the dies for the sentiments and the images. So I'm pulling out my Misty, and I am getting all of the cute gnome images off of the paper and or the acetate, and I'm just going to ink them up so that I can color them. And here I am, I'm just using VersaFine in Onyx Black, and this is my go-to ink. I have to re-ink it because it isn't juicy enough, so I had to, you saw me having to re-ink a bunch of times. So anyway, it needs to be re-inked. So I'm going to color up this cute little melty ice cream cone, and I decided to color it in 3 colors. So I went with the Neapolitan ice cream theme. So this first layer I am going to color up in chocolate colors. So I predominantly use, if you're familiar with my YouTube channel, you'll see me using um, colored pencils. And I use Prismacolor Premier. They are my go-to pencils. I like using colored pencils because they give me, I feel like I have more control so that I can layer and blend a little bit easier with the colored pencils. And, you know, if I make mistakes, it isn't as noticeable as with the alcohol ink markers. Yeah, so I just prefer using those. So what I did first is I laid down with a dark brown some shadows and just some, you know, defining kind of edges and marks. And then I'm going in with chocolate brown, a little lighter, and use that as the majority of my chocolate ice cream cone color. So I lay all that down, and I'm leaving some areas for white space, just to give it kind of like that shine that I like, to make it seem like the ice cream cone is shiny or wet. It's kind of like what a white gel pen would do, but I find that white gel pens do not work well on over top of colored pencils. I don't have very much success. So you see, I'm just kind of leaving some white space there in lieu of going in after and using a white gel pen, because it's just a lesson in frustration trying to get the white gel pen to, it does work, it's just very iffy, and I just find it's frustrating to try it. So it's easier just to leave some white spaces. So, and I just go back and forth through the dark brown to add more shadowing and the lighter chocolate brown. And Trinity Stamps is near the beginning of STAMPtember this year. So it is super fun. I love seeing all of the different collabs and what stamp sets are the different companies have and what they come up with. So this one's really sweet. Gnomes are super cute, so popular. Everybody loves, well, most people, a lot of people love gnomes. So, and then I am coloring those little wafers, you know, the little wafer straw type things. And I'm going to do it in chocolate and also adding pink, so I guess strawberry. And again, you'll see me leaving some of that white space. And then this is, it looks red, but it's really just magenta. And that will be my shadowing color, shadow color for the pink. And then I go in with more like of a rosy color and then a rose blush. I like to use usually 3 colors in my coloring, like when I do a color for, like if I'm doing pink, for example, I like to use 3 shades usually, but the chocolate I only had 2 that I really liked, that gave me the real chocolate color. And also with the cream, for the vanilla, I went with eggshell color and then also cream. To have it more like of a, French vanilla ice cream has got a really kind of yellowy, creamy look to it. And that's kind of what this is going to look like when I'm done. It's going to have like a yellowish, creamy, real creamy look to it. And again, so the eggshell is a little bit darker than the cream. The cream is more yellowy. The eggshell has a little bit more brown. So I use the eggshell as the shadowing colors, and I use the cream here. This one's the cream, and you'll see I switch between the two. The cream is the main color of ice cream, and then I switch down to the pinks for the strawberry part of the ice cream. And I'm making it Neapolitan, but that is not, I never ever really buy Neapolitan for myself. I've bought it for my husband and son before, but I'm not a fan of strawberry flavored ice cream for some reason. I like vanilla, I like chocolate. It's just the strawberry, I don't know. Doesn't really, it's not my jam, I should say. But I thought it would be fun to do a Neapolitan themed ice cream cone card. So what is your favorite ice cream flavor? Leave it in the comments below. I'd like to hear. If I'm at home and buying ice cream, I like a good vanilla, because then you can add chocolate sauce or you can add stuff to it. When I'm out at a ice cream place, that's when I get a little more. I never get vanilla when I'm going out for ice cream. I always choose something different, like a coffee flavor or like a fudgy, something fun, something different. And here I am just doing the nose of the gnome ice cream cone. Strange to say, but this ice cream cone has a nose. I contemplated doing a cherry, doing it as a maraschino cherry. I thought that would be fun, but I decided against it. And then I'm using just one of those mono erasers. It's got a sand end and just a regular eraser end, just to get off some of the some areas that were not to my liking. And then I'm working on the cone, the waffle cone part. So I'm using a really deep brown, a sepia colored, and then I go in with the chocolate as well. And then I make the center part. I use the cream for that. So kind of, so it looks kind of golden. So Trinity has well, this is a YouTube video, of course, but if I'll have the playlist linked in the drop down below so that you can find other inspiration using this wonderful new STAMPtemper collab set from Simon Says Stamps and Trinity Stamps. And I'm excited to see what how everybody has used this set. I haven't seen any of the other card designers projects. So it's going to be fun to see how the fellow designers and how Trinity stamp, or sorry, how Simon Says stamp designers have used this fun set as well. And the sentiments that are in this set are, I think it's like it's birthday. There's a happy birthday, make a wish. There's no one is sweeter than you. Gnome one sweeter than you, I believe, as well. Here I am just adding my cream in there, and I go back from the dark to the mid to the cream and to the chocolate. So you'll see me kind of switch pencils, and every once in a while I'll bring in a fan brush, and what that does is just gets off any like pencil dust. So now I'm creating my background, and I have Catherine Pooler inks. This one's buttercream. And I find that the pad slides really, and this one is over coffee. And then my third one that I used is cotton candy. And so I found that would be like great Neapolitan colors. And I'm using it on Bristol smooth cardstock because I find that um, the ink pad just glides nicer on the Bristol Smooth. So there it is. I'm letting it dry for a bit. Once it's dry, I'm pulling in my sentiment, and that's a long sentiment. So I am only going to ink up the first part of the sentiment, and then I will clean once I got it. Like I said, I really need to re-ink this ink pad. But then I clean off my stamp, and then I am going to ink up the other half, the second half. So I'm just lining it up here so that it's all underneath it the way I want it. And then I'm just carefully inking up just that last portion of the sentiment. There's no one sweeter than you. I thought that would be real cute for this ice cream cone. And then again, I'm going to just let that sentiment dry because it's a little wet. It takes a little minute so I don't smear the ink. And then I found that I wanted to add a little bit more brown and I did it a little wonky, but that's okay. And then I just let that dry. Again, that ink to dry, cleaned up my glass mat. And then once it was dry, I put it on a card base that I had already adhered a black mat to. So this is an A2 size card. So it's a top folding card, and I'm using my glue to adhere on my cute little gnome ice cream cone. And then I'm pulling out some sequins, and I'm matching it so that I have this is a bronzy goldy color, brownish gold, I should say. And then like a pink from my stash, and then a cream color. And I will link the products that I've used down in my Dropbox, so you can use the links to, and I'll also use a link to the new collab set as well. You'll find that down below too. So if you want to click on my link, that would be wonderful. And so I'm here just getting my sequins the way I want them to. And I really like these sequins because they don't have a hole in the center. So it's all just flat backed. And yeah, I'm just finding the right position how I want it to go. And then I'm just going to use my Barely Arts glue to adhere those on once I have got them all in the positioning that I want them to be in. So I am going to see here which ones, and I'm just really fiddling with them, it looks like. For some reason, I always have a hard time. That's the thing I have the hardest. I struggle with the most is placements of the blanket sequins. And I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have an odd number of sequins, and that's usually what they recommend is have odd number for aesthetics. Your eye likes an odd number better. And then just, yeah, fiddling with this stupid sequence. And I should have just pulled out my pickup stick, my Trinity pickup stick. But that's all. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.